News when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Monica Ricks. West Virginia Governor Patrick Morrisey has now confirmed the two National Guard members shot near the White House today have both died. Morrisey offered condolences to their family and the Guard community and says the state will be working with federal officials on their investigation. D.C. police confirm a shooter is in custody. They're not giving much more information, including a possible motive. But President Trump called the shooter an animal on Truth Social, saying they'll pay a steep price. And that's your closing bell on Wall Street. Stocks ending higher for the fourth session in a row. The Dow up 314 points, about 0.2%. The Nasdaq added 189, about 0.8%. The S&P was also up 46 points. The 10-year Treasury yield at 3.99%. The 2-year yields at 3.47%. The markets are closed tomorrow for Thanksgiving. The Federal Reserve released its Beige book today, giving us a bit of a summary on current economic conditions. The Fed say U.S. economic activity showed little change in recent weeks, with overall consumer spending declining, except among high-end shoppers. Prices also rose moderately, but the central bank says there is optimism among manufacturers. Applications for U.S. unemployment benefits fell last week to the lowest level since mid-April, with first-time claims down to just 216,000. But continuing claims edged up, indicating labor market stress isn't over. Here's Bloomberg's Mike McKee.
Continuing claims basis 1,960,000. That's up slightly from 1,953,000 revised number for the prior week. So jobless claims still showing a reasonably strong labor market, if not for getting jobs, at least for not losing them.
Bloomberg's Mike McKee. U.S. airlines are preparing for the busiest Thanksgiving travel period on record, with tens of millions of passengers expected to fly through December 1st. And the government shutdown may be over, but air traffic controller shortages and other issues are expected. Benedict Campbell is Bloomberg's managing editor for space and aviation.
We are expecting more than 30 million people on the road, in the air, in the next couple of days. So that's going to be a real test to how the system responds. And don't forget, we are entering a phase of really bad weather in some parts of the country, so that's potentially turning into a toxic cocktail, and it'll be interesting to see how that exactly turns out.
That's Bloomberg's Benedict Campbell. The bad weather is especially bad in the Midwest today, with Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Michigan under winter storm and blizzard warnings. It's already delayed hundreds of flights and caused widespread power outages. As for advice to how to get through all of this, the consensus from these travelers is patience.
Either go early or go later.
We're going to get there when we get there.
Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy is also encouraging travelers to dress up to go to the airport, help out a stranger, and be in a good mood to promote civility. Leaders in Hong Kong now say at least 36 people have died in a high-rise fire and at least 15 others have been injured. Authorities are still working to put out the blaze and rescue those trapped inside the building. Nearly 300 people are still unaccounted for. Blackstone is reportedly close to an acquisition of MacLean Power Systems in a deal that could value the utility parts maker at more than $4 billion. The private equity firm may announce a purchase as soon as next week. Campbell's has placed a top executive on temporary leave after he was reportedly caught on tape saying the company made, quote, highly processed food for poor people. That's according to the Wall Street Journal. The company says Campbell's soups are made with real chicken. A lot more Americans bought new homes last week. Mortgage applications soared 7.5%, rising to the highest level in 2.5 years. And that's despite sky-high home prices and elevated mortgage rates, which are now at 6.4% on average. Also higher this year are the items on your holiday shopping list. Retailers are holding back on the bargains as they deal with higher costs from tariffs and inflation. But Americans are still expected to hit stores and spend money over the next few days. In fact, the National Retail Federation predicts the biggest turnout ever for the 5-day stretch between Thanksgiving and Cyber Monday. 186.9 million people are expected to shop, up from a little over 183 million last year. And that's news when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Monica Ricks, and this is Bloomberg.